Hello, my lovely opportunists. My name is Winter. I'm the editor and player character of Charity. I just wanted to give everyone a quick reminder to follow our podcast so you don't miss an episode. Thank you for tuning back in, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi everybody, I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll. I'm here with Group 1. Say hi everybody.
Hello.
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 So let's go at Spitfire speed. Let's go ahead and start with Coda on the spot. Bad teeth. Just pulled. Let's go. What you got?
Hello. My name's Coda, and I play your wonderful warlock Willium.
Red.
Hi, I'm Ed. Ed. Hi, I'm Ed now.
Ed.
That's a good show. My name is Red and/or Emery, and I will be playing Maggie, your wonderful human bard of glamour.
Rodeo.
I am Rodeo Maxwell, and I play Aeson Goldhand, half-elf fighter cavalier.
And Winter.
Hi, I'm Winter and/or Eve, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric.
Y'all know me. I'm the Diggity Dungeon Master. So, you guys are inside. Let's take a minute here and head outside the cart. We've got the winds whipping. We've got the sand beating against the fabric of this tent that you have built up. I think you guys even... Did you find cards? I think you guys were searching for cards last time.
I thought they were playing cards already.
Yeah, I thought somebody had a deck of cards. So you guys are even playing cards as this is all just whipping. Like, everything's fine. You're just in the middle of a sandstorm. Essentially dust dogs around. Just in this calm little
Everett
tent.
set out little traps for any dust dogs that get too close. Said he's going fishing.
Speaking of those, actually.
Oh no.
I'm going to make a quick roll. I want to see if they caught anything.
Oh boy.
So you're going to hear a clink, and then you're going to hear more of a snarl in pain. Normally, if it was a dog, you'd hear like a yelp, right? Like a very kind of thing. But this one's more or less angry from the pain. So I'd say that's off in the distance. And Everett will just kind of look up to it and just kind of stare in that direction for a short bit.
Charity will definitely look up as well and just ever so slightly pull the blanket to the side to try to look and see what it was without letting it see her, if that makes sense.
Sure. Give me a quick perception with disadvantage. Actually, no, you're inside. Give that a quick advantage, because I know exactly where that trap's at. Not advantage, but like normal.
Oh, okay.
23.
23.
That is a solid roll. Through the whipping of this sand, you're going to see that there was a bit of a trap onto this like, it's bear claw. It's a bear trap, like a full solid steel iron, well, not steel iron bear trap. And there was this hunk of just like dead flesh. It looks like deer, because you can still kind of see the fur. But stuck in the trap with its head clamped down, you're going to see a dead dusk dog. And for the first time, you're going to see how nasty these things look.
Maggie was playing around, folks.
Its skin is leathery and just rough. Its face is slicked and pulled back very narrow, with its teeth very sharp and thin. You can see the one quick bite that it was actually able to get out of the deer hide rip through a good portion of the meat before it even sunk in and actually could pull anything from it. So it's like blades. Their feet are small, and you can see that they don't leave much of a track behind, if any, and in less than a few seconds after this trap goes off, that track is going to disappear in the sand. It's almost as if it was never there. Now, as this thing is dead now and it's going to lay down, the sand is going to blow over this thing, and as it does, you're going to see it hit it more, and you're going to see it cover it more as everything else in this sand is just blowing rapidly. You all can see one color. And eventually it just disappears. Same thing with that iron trap. It just eventually blends in, almost as if you can't even see it anymore. Even dead.
Charity will sit back in and lean over towards Everett so that she can whisper, be like, well, if you can pull that trap back in by a chain or something, you get to taste what Dust Dog tastes like. Do you have another trap? Because there are probably more.
He'll... So he's in human form at this point, and he's kind of like laying on his side. He's got his head propped up with an elbow, just chilling there, holding his hand of cards. He's got the horse behind him in this large tent that you guys have kind of like accumulated together and pulled together. And the horse at this point is just out. It's resting, sleeping. It's getting plenty of sleep. It's been tired. So he's just gonna scoot these cards underneath like a small rock that you guys have for each of you to kind of hold the cards down so they don't blow away if a draft came in, or so be it. And then he'll step completely out of the thing, and then you'll see his form again go from humanoid to getting bigger. You'll see his shoulders reshape, you'll see the spine bump and move, and you'll see the fur grow out, the snout grow, and it kind of the teeth hang out. And he'll just walk straight over the trap. He'll lift up the dead dog. He'll yank the trap off the head. And he'll just kind of drop it for a second, take a look at it. He'll turn away so you don't see. And he'll do something, and then he'll just chuck it. Gone. And he'll just like shake his head. Kind of like a dog. You ever like put hand sanitizer on your hand, and like if your dog's sitting close by, they'll just be like, and so he chucks this dust dog off into this up dog. He tosses this up dog off into the distance.
Up dog.
And he'll pull the thing back open, and he'll lay this deer meat after brushing it off back down. And again, you'll see that it's probably about a full pound. And a single bite from this dust dog probably took about half of that pound. You can still see the teeth marks from this sucker. And he'll come right back, and you'll see him fold back. You'll see the hair grow back, the snout shorten. And then he'll just hop right back into the cage. But you will hear, after this, a group of dust dogs cannibalize the one that he threw out in the distance.
Whale.
I'm gonna cry. That's terrifying. Oh no.
Dog eat dog world, I guess.
Yeah. Charity will like very definitively push herself a little bit further into the tent, away from the door of the tent when she hears that, and go, so did you get a bite of it?
It tastes absolutely disgusting.
Well, now you know.
It's like dried old blood mixed with sand.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's like it died years ago. He'll sit back down.
Eating the dead ones and just random dead things, yeah, I'm sure that they taste like death.
Well, they're scavengers. They've only survived this long out here is because they've been doing that. So we're going to pause outside. We're going to head back inside. The first place I want to go to is not where all the magic is brewing. I want to go downstairs into the cellar. Now...
That's where I am.
Has he opened the extra room?
No, we just barely... I mean, I don't think he has.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it a little bit, but that's about as far as we went with it.
Okay. So he's going to go down these steps. He's going to actually look through a few of these scrolls. And there are old, this is like large pieces of stone. They've eroded over time. Mm-hmm. But he is going to take 4 of these scrolls. He's going to place one on each wall. They seem to be very distinct in the way that they're placed. When that happens,
And
it's...
Well,
Sure.
no, I was just wondering, could I memorize what
Sure.
positions he's putting them in? So, what do you want me to do to make sure Maggie remembers that, or do you want me to just write it down?
You can write it down. I can put it down in the group chat here.
Okay, cool. So I'll just copy and paste it to my profile, my character
Okay.
sheet,
So
just so that I don't forget.
Okay. The first page that you'll find is a human page. Now, this goes over lore. This goes over history. This goes over biologics, like, you have one heart. They usually live to be a certain age. You've got the Da Vinci kind of body style.
Yeah, I got you. So it's basically about the human anatomy and what makes them tick, basically.
Mm-hmm. The
Okay.
second one is elves. It explains, through their magic how they live so long, how they're such strongly connected to nature and magic as a fundamental. It explains their lifespan and explains what we know of them, even. The third one is dwarves. I'm sure you've probably guessed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is about something known as the Ithral. Now, the Ithral isn't necessarily a race. It's not even... It's not even a concept of anything besides what seems to be just kind of skimming over this unintelligible void of just what the world was before creation. Before humans, before all the races, before Talalia, before orbit of the planet, before everything. All of that, before all of it. It was just a void. And that's what this page is about. Now, once these are placed, they'll slightly light up. The writings will stay on the page, but they'll glow a fluorescent, bluish almost.
Mm-hmm.
And in the corner of the room, there will be a stone wall that will push to the side. And if you hadn't noticed, if you had to note it was been there, it would have almost been impossible to see that was even a door.
Maggie is very intrigued by all of this. She is furiously writing something down in her notes as she's, I know,
Run,
Coda
Coda,
just
run!
running. But I was thinking that she's furiously writing everything down and is just very intrigued by everything that's happening.
Okay. So, of course, the king will then turn around. He'll make his way to the doorway and walk down in. There will be a small torch to the side that he'll pull off, and he'll have this ring. You'll know that he himself isn't magic, because you'll see the way that this ring reacts when he flicks his finger.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see it kind of glow a red enchantment for a firebolt or a produce flame spell or something like that. And he'll flick it underneath of the torch, and it'll just light up.
Oh, it's like a magical ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll walk you down this corridor after that. And as you come to the end of this corridor, there's a large stairwell, and you can hear the running of water. And through the darkness, you can kind of see trickles of water underneath you. When you kind of get through this area, eventually it'll light up. And you'll see an entire vault of weapons. Scrolls. Swords. Shields. Boxes chained, items crated, creatures in seals and potions on walls. This is a base. This is an armory if you ever saw one. And it's a magical one.
Does it look like we were teleported to a place that was, or is this just a part of the house?
This seems to be part of the house underneath it all.
Maggie's just going to sit there in awe.
There is a few books on the table, and he's going to sit down. But not before kind of like caressing the chair next to him. And you'll see that it looks sentimental in some way, and not for a normal way. It's so if you've seen the Royal, you know the courts, you know what thrones are like, and that each one is particular to a different person.
Exactly. Yeah.
This one is not to his current wife. This is in a different style, very earthy, elven tone, almost. It's very specially handcrafted, very well taken care of, and it probably is the most worn out of the most, but it still looks the most beautiful because it's that way.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them have deteriorated to the point where it's just, they don't look good. I mean, you can sit on them, but
yeah, they don't look good. Yeah, no, Maggie will, sensing the tension. Would Aeson have ever told Maggie about that with his dad or anything like that?
He might have. He probably wouldn't know too much though, because it's not his mom.
Okay, that wasn't his mom. I just was making sure that was out of my mind before I said something. Cool. Maggie will look a little puzzled, but she'll be respectful because she can sense in the air that he feels very solemn about this, so she's giving him the respect and the silence that he needs. But she still is trying to look around the room and also being respectful at the same time, if that makes any sense.
He kind of looks like he doesn't even really... Like, this was his goal. He's here now.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, he doesn't know what he was looking for. He's like looking around the room like, where's the best point to start?
She will... Sorry, I was getting dinner. And she will look at him and be like, "Is there any way I can help? You look like you're looking for something."
I don't know where to start.
There's a lot in here. I can understand why. This is phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen an armory this big before.
It was a collective of items between the High King and our guild.
I see. So the guild must have been very high up there then.
King was. We were new. We didn't know what we were doing. We had no clue what we were getting into. And every day I wondered if I was going to die. But it was worth it.
I guess that's everyone nowadays, huh?
I guess.
Unfortunately.
For a while we made things safe.
And you did.
We don't anymore.
Such is the way of the world, unfortunately.
But if we don't, who will?
Oh, I'm not saying we shouldn't fight against it. I'm just saying this is the way it is right now. Doesn't mean we shouldn't fight.
That's true.
Because if we fight, then we're no better than just laying down and letting it happen. That wouldn't make us human. That wouldn't make us all humanoids.
I did let it happen. I mean, I've been in the crown, I've been busy, and people have suffered. An entire war has sprouted underneath my rule.
Sometimes, when you're in the courts, you get comfortable, and you forget what's really important. Not saying that you are bad at your job, but...
You're brilliant. What's really important?
What?
There's a book over on that bookshelf behind you, 3 over. About magical items.
Okay. Maggie's going to quickly run over and do exactly as she's told.
Page 37.
She furiously flips through the pages.
It is a very particular ancient blade. it's more like a collective.
Mm-hmm.
So there are virtue blades. Now these things that are kind of built, they're highly magical, and a lot of them are usually from a god's hand, and they found their way into the mortal realm.
Oh boy. Okay.
A few of them are said to have the power to even kill a god.
Okay.
It also notes that about 3 out of the 5 have already been destroyed.
So there's 2 left.
There are 2 left.
When was this written, though?
A long, long time ago. Probably
So
even before Grayden was even found.
So there's a possibility that these don't even exist anymore.
Possibility. But as you read one of them, you read the blade, it's arcanely known as the alt blade.
The alt, like ALT blade?
ULT.
Okay. Like ultimate, okay.
Kinda. It doesn't even completely go alt. It's just literally just like a little tag that they did. It's fancy.
Oh, no, I know, but I just was in my brain. Yeah.
So that, if you read the description, sounds like the High King's blade. It follows evil. It never rests. It continues the balance. It is sworn to its duty. It is held by only one man at a time, and it is passed down through generations. Very powerful blade. There's a second.
What if... Is there anything that says about if the person that was holding the blade dies and there isn't an heir?
Go ahead and give me an arcane check.
Okay. I'm using my lucky feet. Fuck that.
Okay. So that was a 9. We're going to use the lucky feet.
That's 20. A lot better. That's a lot better. I'll take that.
There's an obscure reference to something like the Sword in the Stone. Using it as kind of the basis, because it was a tale in this world, but it was based off of the alt blade. It's the long distant relative of what was that. And if it doesn't have a wielder, it will go inert, useless, powerless. Without the wielder, it's practically nothing, unless you have the followers of the blade. But they don't exist right now. That they said that the last time the followers of the blade existed was when the blade first came into the world. They're gone.
Okay, so basically, I'm just making sure I'm understanding this correctly. So if the generations that were passed down, so on and so forth, if they die, that's it. That blade's useless.
They're already gone. It's down to one wielder at a time. If that wielder dies, then it's inert. Like it's not a lineage. It's just one. Yeah. Then yeah, one person. I thought you were meant like a lineage, like the family themselves.
Oh, so this one person has been alive for a long time.
Okay. So
Sorry.
I have the blade, right?
Okay.
I am the wielder. I'm 86 years old.
Yes.
I can no longer travel.
Yes.
I drop the blade. It becomes inert. I die.
Yes. Yes.
The sword is worthless.
Yes.
I'm in a cave. You're adventuring. You come by the sword. You find it. It chooses you. The blade becomes active.
Okay, so the blade has... Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We got there in the end, and that's all that matters.
If there is no person to choose, or even if the blade decides that person isn't in existence at this point, it could be years. The sword was in existence. Like, they are reborn sometimes. They wait for another cycle of life for a wielder. It can go inert for years.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I was just like as if they were teleported?
Yeah. So
I mean, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's basically outlined because they know how long this thing can go into dormancy. And right now, you know that the High King is back,
Mm-hmm.
and he's wielding the blade. So there's hope. It's not just dormant, just randomly not found anymore. It's difficult to find. But the second one is a blade that has no illustration.
Oh boy.
It is called the Angel's Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
And this blade is pretty. I'd say it's pretty okay. As far as powers go, it's not like the alt blade, but it has the ability to render demons from a human person, saving the person.
So like an exorcist kind of blade.
Yes. It can also not hurt the pure of heart. So like it'll just through somebody.
So everybody in the world is dead. I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Basically.
Sorry.
But like an innocent child, one that's never done.
I know. I'm just being a dick. I'm just being a dick.
And that also has the power to kill an unrighteous god. So that is one strength it does have.
When Maggie reads unrighteous, does it clarify in what way it's unrighteous? Like, is it unrighteous to certain people or just unrighteous, period?
I'd say it really doesn't go into detail, with it mostly just being a page of info.
Oh, it's just a page. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I just was making sure I wasn't.
At most, maybe a page in the back and the.
Yeah, like a front and back. Like I got what you're saying. Like there's the little picture of the item, except this one, obviously, the Angel's Thorn doesn't have a picture, and then like a few little things around that, and then the next thing, image not found, and then information. Yeah, I get you. When Maggie reads all of this, she's going to be like, "Why are you showing me this?"
Zalem, this creature is one that the world really hasn't fought before. Because there is no fighting him. He is immortal like a god. But he cannot touch form on this land unless he has a soul or some kind of thing keeping here, a bound, a body, something.
Is that why you guys are worried about the certain pieces? Because that could make him bound here?
He has an ultimate goal. And it's working for something that is very, very bad. His goal is to awaken something. Unlock something. We can't get any information. He's elusive when it comes to this. His motives are obscure and there's nothing to go on.
I mean, it would be a very bad way to show your cards when you're trying to win, no?
Which makes it even more difficult for us. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how to stop him besides banishing from this world again. And the last time we did this, it cost somebody's life.
Is there any more information? I know you said there's not much, but is there anyone that would know at least something about him? There has to be, because at least you know his name. Unless you all gave him that name, which is a totally different situation.
Zalem was a name that was given to him by your mother. She dated him.
With what?
Well, before she met your father. She didn't know your father at the time. And she had started with us long before that your father was married to her. They had dated for some time, and he split from her. At that time, we didn't know who he was. We didn't know what was in him.
And that's why my mother was poisoned, because she has information on him.
Potentially.
She's going to be like gripping the book and her knuckles are getting white. I have to get to my mother now.
There is a way you can do that. Actually, there's a way we can get everybody there. But it's risky.
I think I should be the only one that goes.
I definitely don't think that's a good idea.
Oh?
Things are risky, as it is. But going alone at any point at this point. I mean, Zalem he can teleport. If he catches you alone, he knows. I mean, he's got an item that can find these things. He beats me at every turn, every time.
What if I leave the item behind?
What if he's just after you?
Why would he be after me?
He's going to look like he's not saying something.
I'm gonna roll an insight.
Sure.
I won't roll insight. Come on, Maggie. Don't let me down, baby. What the fuck, baby?
10.
I'm rolling it again. No, lucky again. I'm not letting this guy fly. Nat 20,
Wow.
bitch. You ain't running for me. I feel like Maggie's like, there's something wrong. No, maybe not. Wait a minute.
You got one more lucky point, right?
I know. Yes, I know.
Okay.
I know, but I want this information.
So, he definitely looks like he's not telling all of it. There seems to be way more than he's saying, but he looks as though he's reluctant to say it.
Maggie's gonna straighten her back, and she's gonna lightly close the book, making a point to put like a mark or like fold the page or something like that. Do whatever she can to remember this page. And she'll look at him with very kind eyes, and she'll be like, "My lord, with all due respect, you're not telling me everything. And obviously, knowledge is power right now, and we need all the power we can get."
There's a prophecy. It was
Yes.
shit.
I've seen it with the crystal.
Well, there's more to it.
There always is. Great.
We saved a lady a while back. Back before we ended up branching off and I became king, and your father went to Dalesville. We saved this lady from Brooma, a witch doctor of sorts. Said she could have powers, and she could see the future. And foolishly, we thought it was a game. She gave us 2 crystals, and a third one, a black one.
Wait. There's a third one?
There's a third one.
No.
Maggie's gonna like sit there, like kind of like rub her head, be like, "Oh my god, She's like, "Sorry, keep going, please."
I don't know what's happened to the third one. Hell, I don't know what's happened to any of them. They're important. They have crucial details of what we have to do to defeat this thing. They're not tokens to show us what will happen in the future. They're the ones that show us what has to happen if we are to survive.
So you're telling me because everyone got relaxed, obviously for obvious reasons, which makes sense considering the times, you guys got too relaxed and he slipped through while you guys weren't looking.
When the High King was here, he was capable of doing it. He sniffed it out like it was a bad miasma, like it was something that he could hunt down for weeks.
Then why didn't he kill it?
He's been gone.
So he just disappeared when he was needed most, huh?
Yeah, guess. There's more to it. Of course.
Seems there is a novel for this.
A demon had gotten into our realm. First time.
Yes, they do.
First time in a long time. It was the break for Zalem to get through.
By the way, he could see on Maggie's face she's not happy. Her jaw's clenched.
He fought it and defeated it after it slew an entire village. But in defeating it, it sent him to hell with it. He's not been on this mortal plane in over 50 years. He was trapped, searching for a way home.
For a way home?
He couldn't leave. He's been stuck in hell for 50 years.
Zalem has.
The High King.
Mm.
When he defeated the demon, it brought him with it to hell.
Oh. And her very angry demeanor will change to that of kind of like guilt almost for feeling angry at him for that.
So for 50 years, he's been fighting to get back. He made contact with me a few weeks ago. I'd love to say he's the same person.
No one usually is. After that, at least.
He's gone, Lone. I don't know what to do with him. He looks as young as he ever was, like time in that place never changed him, but you can see it.
So is he trying to find a way to kill this thing? Or not?
Of course. We all are.
And he's doing it alone without any help. Is that my understanding?
He's doing it with help.
Who?
I've been helping him. I was part of the old crew. I was the first person he came to.
So?
Couldn't come to your mother. She was sick. Her father was part of the crew shortly after everybody had joined, so he wasn't an original member.
So you're telling me that ever since we went out and we started to mess with these things, and granted we never told you all that we were doing this, did you know when we left and what we were doing? Did you know about this? And still let us go.
All right, hold on. Let's pause, because I don't quite understand the question out of character.
So what she's basically trying to say is that she's like, did you guys know this information and still let us go out into the world when you knew how bleak it was going to be and knew that Zalem was out there? Were we just... Maggie's trying to get to the base of it is like, did you use us to get Zalem out? Does that make sense?
Okay. He's going to look to you and shake his head. You guys have been traveling for 3, 4 weeks, 2 months. I've known for 2.
I see. There just seems to be an odd connection. History is repeating itself. It looks like.
He's been biding his time. Waiting.
But this time he's smarter.
Because he knows
obviously.
we're here. The last time we were able to stop him, but a sneak attack only works once. He knows that we're here now. He knows there are going to be people opposing him. That's why Brave is now a whole.
Then why not have someone join him?
Oh, he's got people.
No. One of us. Do you see what I'm saying?
Because he's prideful. And the last time he had somebody next to him, they died. Can't say I blame him. And after 50 years in hell, that would probably sink into me too. He's not in his right mind. He's not thinking. He is just seeing danger, and the blade is pulling him.
Then more the reason for somebody to find him.
If I could, I would.
No, I know. I'm just... But first and foremost, I need to talk to my mother about this.
He'll point to a large, ornate, dusty, golden box at the end of the table.
She'll go to it.
There will be kind of like a quick little ticky latch where you can just kind of open it.
Yeah. A hook latch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll pull that open. The dust will kind of come off a little bit. Get a little dusty for a second. And then looking in, you You ever hold as much money as you've ever held in your life for 1 second, like in your hand? Like, I know
yeah.
when I got
That
a loan.
rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rush of, I have the power! Sorry.
There's going to be a rush of that when you see that there is a full true resurrection scroll in this. There is also a true teleport scroll.
Outvote me?
There is a true resurrection scroll and
No,
a
I
true
heard
teleport.
you. I just. Maggie's gonna look at this and be like, there's not many of these. What did you guys have? Are there more of these here?
The High King brought it from hell. He left it here for safekeeping.
And you're telling me, what are you?
If
You're
Aeson
telling me-
dies, I want you to bring him back.
Is there a chair beside Maggie?
Yes.
She's gonna kind of fall into it. At that.
Few of us got to see that black crystal.
What are you telling me?
Telling you that if this goes south, everyone dies. Everyone dies. Everyone. Except you, Maggie.
Why me?
I don't know. I don't know. Call it fate, call it destiny, call it fucking ill fate. I don't know. It's all shit. It's all shit from the beginning. The fact that somebody could be as cruel as this man and want the destruction of all things is beyond me. I don't get it. But if there's one thing that I saw a road of dead bodies. And you standing on top of them, being the lone survivor. Holding my son. So if he dies, please bring him back.
She'll take the scroll. Okay,
Sorry?
no, she'll just take the scroll and she'll put it. No, actually, no, I'm going to leave it where she doesn't even touch it.
Okay. So, real quick, what's Aeson doing?
Aeson is just sitting in his room, maybe looking out the window through the telescope. Very troubled. He knows he can't go talk to Maggie right now because she's with his father. He can't go talk to Charity because she's outside in the storm with Everette. He's probably going to look around and see if he can't find either William or Edmund. He knows Edmund will probably shoo him away, and he wants to get to know William a bit more. But he'll look around, see what he can't find.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me a quick investigation roll.
Oh, you bet. Give me just a second. Well, that's not my strong suit.
$17. Still not bad. With a -1, you still got a 17. That's pretty good. That means you roll an 18.
There we go.
So as you walk down the hall, you're going to definitely pass by Edmund's door. You're going to notice that there are weird lights. The door's kind of rattling a little bit.
Aeson knows better. He'll leave it alone, and he will go, I guess, just kind of. What is he gonna do right now? I guess he'd start getting some of his stuff out and sharpening his blade and polishing his armor and just doing busy work to keep his mind off of everything that's going on.
Okay,
Just
so before you do that,
okay.
Now that you've noticed this, if you walk away 2 or 3 steps down the way, you're going to hear the door crack, and a huge split down the center is going to happen.
That'll get his attention. He's going to walk back and look at the door and see if he can see into it.
All right. So this crack is very thick. This door looks like it's like holding against something on the other side, not like it's coming through, but as if it's trying to pull it into itself. It's cracked down the center, but now you can't see through it, but you can see the light at the bottom, at the top, maybe at the cracks here, and it's like struggling. You can feel like there's wind up at the corner and hear it whistling a little bit.
What would Aeson do? Aeson, he knows that's Edmund's room, you said?
Yes.
So he knows that. This seems pretty bad. He's going to try to bust in.
All right.
Want me to give an athletics roll or something?
No. Because this is going to be strong. You are going to grab the handle. You're going to turn it, and the door is just going to give in. Crack in half, flip in, everything. As you look around this room, there are books flying. The cauldron in the center of the room is whirling with power, a bright light in the dead center of it. Books are swirling and falling into this thing. Edmund is holding on to the railing. And this is where we're going to pause. And we're going to rewind time a little bit. And we're going to go back into the room.
Rewind.
Rewind.
If I could turn back time.
So we're going to catch up with William and Edmund in this room. Now, you guys had set off to start a potion.
Ooh.
Do you remember anything in the last game?
Yeah, we were waiting for the potion to brew, and Edmund and William had a bit of a chat about like life and stuff in Atlantis. William got like shears and started cutting his hair because it was too long. And he pricked his finger to put blood in the potion. That's about all I remember from that. Sorry.
Right. So eventually this potion is going to finish. Edmund is going to step up and he is going to tap his wand at the side of it. It's going to make a nice long tink, 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 tink. All right, it's ready.
William's gonna hold it with both hands and he's going to stare down at it and is like, how bad is this gonna taste?
Pretty bad. But there's a point to it. I need you to throw up in the bucket. Well, and he'll point to the cauldron.
I think I can manage that.
Right.
Bottoms up, and then he just chugs the whole thing down.
Okay. I don't know. So I'm trying to think of the best way to describe how this tastes. So let's first start with it feels like the slime of a snail.
Oh.
It has the consistency of egg yolk.
Oh, it's worse.
And it has this gritty sand feel to it. Like if you've ever eaten candy too much and it like leaves that grit on your teeth.
Yeah.
Basically.
Plaque?
Yeah. So
Okay.
immediately chug. Go ahead and give me... I guess you wouldn't be fighting it, would you? Do you even want to make a con roll, or do you want to just let it
Yeah,
loose?
sure. Let's see how much of a trooper he is. Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes. That's an 18.
Oh no.
It's going to taste gross.
Oh,
But you're not going to throw up.
is he gonna get the instant urge to throw up?
You're going to know you're supposed to. But, like...
You know those
It's
times
not-
where you want to throw up, but your body's like, no, I'm keeping it in.
It's going to
So
start
I'm meant to throw it up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, William's then, after like feeling like he's gonna throw up, but not actually, he's gonna walk over to the cauldron and stick his fingers in his mouth.
Roll me another con save.
Wonder what Edmund thinks of this.
Go back
That's a
and tickle your
14.
tonsils.
Just nothing. Just like back of your throat, nothing. You're
Too
doing
many
good.
men.
You've ruined your gag reflex.
Oh, too many men behind the tavern.
Wow.
No comment. Let me see what Edmund can do. Okay.
Too many dicks on the dance floor. Too
So
many dicks. Oh, sorry.
he's gonna. So you're like sitting there. You got your finger down. And you're like trying to gag. He'll come over and he'll look at you and he'll snap. There is a trick that doctors can use to induce vomiting.
I do this trick. It's horrible. Oh,
Red?
no.
You want to tell him what
Yeah.
happens?
Oh, no. No, I don't want to take that from you. Go ahead.
We can do it. You know more about it.
Okay. So when somebody's trying to make you throw up, what they'll do is that they will do a certain smell that will make you induce vomiting, and they'll put it right under. They'll put it's like a cream almost that they'll put under your nose, so you can't wipe it away. You can't get rid of it, and it makes you. It automatically just makes you gag, makes you want to throw up. It is horrible.
I love that you're making the face that you make before you throw up right now.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another Constitution save, but you're gonna do this with disadvantage.
Oh, finally. Okay.
Watch him
both
roll a
of them.
nat 20 and a 19.
That is a 13, which is just one under. You fail. You will throw up.
Finally.
The water will bubble, and then it will boil away until you were staring at an empty cauldron.
William's gonna wipe his bottom lip and be like, "Do you have a tissue?"
He'll hand you the little kind of little napkin. Not really a napkin, but what do they call the handkerchief?
Handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
Thanks. That was disgusting.
Now, as you say that, and you wipe your mouth off, you are going to feel a pull of air, as you will see a vortex of wind appear in the center of this cauldron. I need you to roll me
I'm
an
gonna take
athletic
5
save.
steps back.
Let me get you to roll an athletic save real quick to see if it doesn't pull you in immediately.
Okay.
Natural 20,
Nice.
so you'll be able to step back. So I think Edmund at this point is holding on to the rails. He looks determined but scared. Like he knows something, but he's afraid to do it.
What is he afraid to do?
Good
Wait,
question.
so does it look like he wants to do something, but he's too scared to do it?
Yes.
William's gonna look at him and say, "We got this far already. Let's just do it."
You guys will hear the door crack behind you as the wind starts to whip more. Books are pulled from the bookshelves, falling into this lovely thing. And he's going to nod for a moment, and he's going to start letting go of the railing as the wind is starting to drag you guys farther closer to it. It's picking up. It wants something.
William's gonna try and grab him.
It's probably about that
Because he
time
doesn't
that
know
you
what's
guys
going on.
you guys will see the door whip past you and go into the cauldron. Now, it's not going to clank around on anything, so it's not like... But you will see it kind of warp and go into the cauldron.
The door?
Yeah, and then standing in the doorway will be Aeson.
Oh, yikes.
Bum bum bum.
William's
Dad's
just gonna
home.
yell, "Stay back!"
Aeson will look like he was about to go in to start helping, but he'll hear William yell, "Stay back!" and he'll listen, but he'll stand on edge, ready to jump in if needed.
We're probably horizontal at this point, being pulled in, aren't we? If we're holding on to something.
Pretty much, kind of you're on a very nice large tilt at this point. But Edmund is going to because you're holding him, he's going to reach over and grab kind of a small metal box, and he's going to flip it open.
Grab a what, sorry?
And he's going to pop it open, and inside there will be a couple of what seems to be like crystals. But they're more like honeycombed, almost like coral. Very weird. So he'll toss one to you, and he'll pocket 4 or 5 of these. And then he will slap your hand to let him go.
William, shocked, lets go of both Edmund and whatever he was holding on to keep himself
Both of you
upright.
will go into the cauldron.
Into the cauldron we go.
All you hear is Grooky, the black cauldron in the background.
Grooky.
And Grooky, yes, thank you. I'm glad you do that.
You are my friends. Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. That was awesome.
Well, Aeson will. Well, first off, after they get sucked in, does the wind stop?
No.
Oh, he's gonna walk up to the cauldron.
All right. Give me a quick athletics check, please.
That's an 11.
An 11. You will get probably, I'd say, to about another 5 to 6 feet away from the cauldron. Now, you are right by the banister. You know that at this point, any further, if you continue, it will suck you up.
He's gonna stand there and wait for a second, and obviously they're not gonna pop back out, all happy and fine, and the wind's not gonna stop.
It's going to start breaking bookshelves.
Well, here goes nothing. And Aeson's gonna jump in.
All right. As soon as you jump in, you are going to be met with a cool, refreshing, nice surrounding of water. You will see the bubbles sink downward, oddly. You're going to look around, and as you look up, you are going to see the surface about a mile above you. And below you, you are going to see Edmund. You are going to see William. And Edmund is going to immediately pass you one of these coral crystals. And you're going to see him have them kind of like in his mouth.
All right. Aeson is going to take the coral and put it in his mouth.
Congratulations. You have successfully... So for the next 3 days, you can breathe through this crystal as if you were on land.
Ooh.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Sorry if I was intruding. I just saw you all fly into the cauldron, and I figured that the ladies would tear me a new one if I didn't come in after you and make sure you were safe.
Well, it's a good thing we're going to need somebody in case somebody attacks us. All right, let's go get to Atlantis. And he's going to start swimming down.
By the way, Aeson would probably have sunk pretty fast, too, because, you know...
Yeah.
Wait, we're in Brooma Lake?
Yes.
Armor's heavy.
Yikes.
Yes.
Also,
Armor's heavy.
another question. Did Edmund give William one of those crystals? Because he doesn't need it.
No, he didn't.
Okay, cool.
He's got like 3 more in his pocket. In case any of the girls got snagged in, or anybody else got snagged in. But we're going to pause. We're going to come out of there. And we're going to go to Edmund. Or not Edmund. We're going to go to Everette and Charity outside.
In our never-ending COD game.
You're going to hear normal sounds. You're going to hear the dogs kind of out in the distance, kind of circling the area. They seem to be staying away. Every once in a while, they're starting to get a little bit smarter. It's going to kill one more dust dog, and then you're going to see a paw, and then they're just going to start setting the trap off without getting caught. this is going to keep going on until
they're gonna
eventually.
play with the toy.
Yes.
Lovely.
Until eventually you're going to hear nothing. And you're going to hear the sand stop. And you're going to hear everything go calm. And then Everett will step out, kind of stretch a little bit. You're seeing this military move. They're not moving by much. It seems like they're on a slow march. They know that the desert is tricky. They know that this many people, anything could happen. And so tracking through the desert could take them days at this point. It might be a day or so even before they can reach you.
Okay, and I'm assuming that we can't see the dust dogs anywhere, right?
No.
Hmm.
You see a large ridge in front of you. Got a good kind of narrow way that you could get up onto it and maybe see off in the distance over to get a better view of like the whole surrounding, where you are at, where they're at, where the forest is at, if you wish. Everett will look to the cart and he'll pull the tapestry off. Kind of roll that up real quick. Your donkey will step back up, and then eventually he'll start working on the cart. Can you roll me a perception real quick?
Yes.
So 21. A fair many of the prints from these dust dogs are disappeared. They've pretty much been lost to the sand. But a fair few to one side can be seen, and they just kind of dust off into the distance. Another thing that you can see is that they've brought, I wouldn't say presents, they're trash, and kind of left it here. So you see bones of certain creatures, you might see scraps of clothing or fabric that's been lost to the desert. There's with a 21, you might see what seems to be a gem laying in the stone, or in the sand.
Can I go try to pick it up?
Sure. So you will head on over and pull up this, it's kind of like a fist-sized diamond with like a fracture in the center of it. It looks kind of weird.
I don't know what would you want me to roll to try to figure out what it is?
Arcana, maybe nature, if you like.
Okay.
Arcana 14. It looks like a pretty simplistic, I wouldn't say it's a diamond. It's imperfect. It's kind of foggy. It's not perfect, but pressure from sand, kind of combining everything, melding. It could be crystalline. Nature-wise, there's a lot of things that it could be. Arcana-wise, it doesn't seem to hold any power itself, so it doesn't seem strange in any way.
Okay. She'll just walk back over with it and smile and be like, "Look, I found just a random diamond."
I guess I'll take a quick look at it. Let's see. I'll just do a perception check. I'm sure he'd still want to make sure it's safe, but that's 3. So he'll just smile, and that's cool.
She will pocket it and then try to help him get... Has he already turned the card over to where it's supposed to be again?
I'd say by the time you make it back, he'll have it turned over and everything will be set and ready, and yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, she'll pocket the diamond and get up into the cart to start driving it. Like, alright, is there anything you still want to do around the area? I'm not sure what you possibly want to do, but I figured I should ask before we leave.
No, I think that's okay by me. So, here's something I want you to do for me.
Okay.
Actually, I have to do it to you, actually.
Oh.
Okay. Never mind. We'll do that later.
Oh no.
So,
I don't
you guys...
like
You guys hop into the
We're
car.
in danger.
You head off down the road. Now, are you guys planning on going down around these guys? What's the direction that you wanna do here? Let me go ahead and pull up this big map for us. So as you can see, you are probably a good, I'd say 2.5 more days to Eris. But between you and Eris is that large army. And if you revert around them, that adds on maybe another 2 days to the travel. So what's the call here?
They don't look like they're going to attack anything in front of them on sight, do they?
Nah.
Because I
They
feel
look
like that would be a
squadroned.
waste of their resources.
I feel like if it was a dust dog, maybe.
Yeah, but
if
like
it was...
a random caravan that just has 2 people in it.
Nah, it doesn't look like they'd... I mean, if you were wanted, but other than that, no, probably not.
Yeah, so as long as Aeson's not out here, we're fine.
Yeah.
Aeson's
As long as you don't have the jailbird with you.
Yeah, so Charity would kind of drive the cart, just, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
All right. We're going to do this again then while you guys are driving. That's going to miss as well. All right. So you guys will try... Let's see here. Let me see how far we can get you on most of the day. So that's about 30. That's about 30 miles. That'll get you most of the day. Oh, no, wait, you're in a cart, so you need to hit probably around 42. So you'll hit probably around the edge there. So you'll hop the hill, and you'll see real close, like thousands of tents being drug and or pulled. Like some of these don't, like their tents are like so flimsy, they're dragging them with them. They are like packing these bundles of shit, and they're like holding it as they move because they're not making much distance each day with the company that they have. And so it takes them way more time to try to pack all this up and wrap it and put it in your bag and then walk for 4-5 hours at most and then undo it when they could just hold it. And then they can use it as shade if they really need to put it over their head for, And so you're seeing these like makeshift techniques to like hold these things. And these people are just miserable. Some of these people are in like full armor. They don't want to be here. They don't look happy about being here. Some of them, however, are really into this. And as you kind of pop around the corner, you're going to hit the top of that hill, and we're going to get a 21 on this one.
Your roll scares me.
That will break your armor class. Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. You're gonna feel like you're gonna feel empowered at first. You're gonna feel this rush of energy. You're gonna feel peppy and happy and nice. So here's what you're gonna get. 3 times per short rest, you can use a bonus action cantrip that would normally require an action each time. Each time this is done. Well, we'll get into that. So not per short rest. We're going to do long rest on this one. I'm going to edit this one. So per long rest, you can turn a bonus action, turn a regular action into a small bonus action if it's a spell. You can only do that once per combat at a single combat. Now, you're also going to gain 2 level 1 spell slots to cast, a level 2 spell slot, and you are going to gain 1 more cantrip.
What's the cantrip?
Any cantrip you choose from your class. It'll be nice.
Okay. I'm scared.
Nah, you'll be fine.
That's what they all say. And then we die.
He specifically said it broke my armor class.
I
This
know.
scares me.
I know, that's why I was like,
All right,
Hey. Play Max.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
nice.
That was their wedding gift.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. That's really nice, though. Uh-oh.
Don't blame me. Wait a minute. I don't consent to being blamed.
But you feel like just invigorated.
I feel great.
Oh, no, this is... I feel like...
So,
No me
Okay,
gusta.
yeah. You want to do anything, or would you like to continue on the path?
Sorry, I was waiting to hear what Red was saying. She's just gonna keep going because I don't think there's. Yeah, just keep going.
All right. Let me fix this, apparently, because it is not. Pink. So you guys will wade through these people. They'll kind of split out the way. Now you might see a familiar face. Blue hair, scar over her eye. She's got 2 lieutenants to the side of her. Leading the pack, you will see Sergeant Cantu.
Oh, no, not this bitch again.
I thought you locked her in jail.
She was in jail, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, she's coming back for revenge, buckaroos.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a simple person on the road.
Okay.
I'm just a
She's
nun.
coming for She's
Yeah.
coming for her toes, guys. She's coming for her toes.
I know.
Just gonna
Everybody
buck
say
your
hi to
Nico
Bard.
Nico
Just
kneecaps.
decided now is a good time to say hello.
So, you'll pass through her. She'll kind of side glance you, maybe at you for a little while, but I mean, in the end, she'll just kind of lose interest, continue forward, and spout out another command and call everybody dogs, mutts, whatever, you know.
This bitch didn't learn nothing.
You guys will pass through most of the military. And as it gets late, you guys will find yourself in kind of like a thicket camp with the rest of this military. You are in the thick of it, near the end of it, close to Eris. It is late. You are getting tired. At this point, Everett is getting tired a little. Like he's showing some yawning and stuff, but nothing like he could pass out or anything.
Charity's just sitting there holding her. It's like, no. No, I'm staying awake. I'm getting there.
He's just sitting there going,
Yeah.
At this point, it looks like you're in Eris troops. You're not in like Luxbar troops. They're leading the pack.
Mm-hmm.
But Eris, these people are or were looks like farmers of some kind or some sort of laborers. They don't even look like military men. They don't even look like they belong on the battlefield. Armed with crappy weapons, things that it looks like they just threw this large ass force together. No care. It looks like some of these people might just be going out there to die.
I don't like that.
They're so nice, though. They're going to set up a fire, and they're going to offer you and Everett to come and sit by the fire, enjoy some potato stew and cheese that they've made. With a nice bit of pepper.
I think these are my people.
They are your people. And they'll even like give you bowls of food earlier in the evening without even asking for anything as the sun's going down. They'll share water. They're a collective. They're not just one.
Oh, they're so nice.
Those are my people.
In this camp with you, there are a young couple. There is a larger dragonborn. There is an elf, and then there are two dwarves. They look like brothers. Each of them just kind of sitting around this fire and just trying to not think about the war.
Charity will take a moment when the food is passed around, everyone's sitting around the campfire, to say a blessing and a prayer for everyone, and ask for Aphrodite and Athena's protection as they head off.
Okay. We'll open back up there next time we play, and I think this is a good place to end it. So let me get Craig out of here.
Get the fuck out, Craig!
Hello again, opportunists. My name is Winter, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric. I wanted to say thank you for listening to us. We hope you enjoy our episodes as much as we do. Don't forget to like and follow our podcast so you don't miss an episode. Special thanks to Purple Planet Music, as we use their music for our ambience and sound effects. Also, thank you to Kobold Press, as we use some of their monsters to keep our games feeling lively. Again, just a huge thank you to you guys, our listeners, for enjoying this journey with us. And remember, keep your opportunities open.